Hey, good evening, fam. Good evening. Listen, I saw a very shocking stats and data today. And this is from the National Council on Aging. The National Council on Aging. And the title of this is Addressing the Nation's Retirement Crisis, the 80%. Right? Lately, the past few months, excuse me, guys, I've been doing a lot of topic on retirement and just in my mind, and I think this is something that they might have to look at. In my mind, I think the fact that a lot of people have these expensive mortgages or just the cost of home ownership itself may have a lot to do with the lack of sufficient retirement savings. But I'm not going to talk about that today. What I want to go over is this staggering number that should scare quite a lot of people. 80% of households with older adults, let me repeat that one more time. 80% of households with older adults, or 47 million of such households, are financially struggling today or are at risk of falling into economic insecurity as they age. Think about that for a second. Think about that for a second. 80%. That's a huge number. It states in here today's 65-year-old can expect to live another 20 years, according to the Social Security Administration. This unprecedented gift of longevity brings with it exciting opportunities and a price tag. Which means that yes, it's a blessing that you're able to live longer. But living longer has a cost. Listen, this is why I always when I say when I say things like stop spending, stop shopping, stop the happy hour, stop the brunch, stop all these things, right? Now, I don't mean stop it totally. I just mean you have to minimize this thing dramatically because this is real. This is real. When I say if you're not making a significant amount of money, I don't know if it makes sense to go into home ownership. Because if you're already struggling to survive now, but somebody is hamping you up and telling you you should own a home, you should own a home, it's the key to wealth. Owning a home is not just the mortgage. It is the unexpected that kills a lot of people. It's usually not the mortgage. It's usually going to be some health crisis or some repair in that home that breaks the bank. So if most women are going to live to age 87, 89, which means if you retire at 65 as a woman, you might live another 24, 25 years. If you're not saving right now, where's the money going to come from? The average Social Security payment is about $1,800 a month. This is why this article is relevant, because it says 47 million of such households are financially struggling today or are at risk of falling into economic insecurity as they age. So, if these people who are 65 right now are struggling, and let me just talk to the 40-year-old right now, the 45-year-old, the 50-year-old. If these 65-year-old are struggling right now with today's prices, what do you think is going to happen to you? I had to come to terms with this, and I had to tell myself, enough is enough. I've had too much fun. It's time to get down. It's time to get down to business. It's time to get down to business. I went on only three trips last year. 2 was funded by 2 of my providers that I work for. I qualify for 2 different companies. They pay for everything. And 1, I went a weekend getaway just to clear my mind, get refreshed. It was towards the end of summer, and come back revived, get ready to go to work. That's it. I'm no longer gonna be swiping cards. And mind you, it's not forever. I know people who do 5 or 6 trips a year. Why? Wouldn't you rather be able to do that as a retiree 5 to 6 times a year and use all your young years to put in work to accumulate the nest egg? Maybe go on 1 or 2 for the year. I think that's sufficient for a younger person. So you can start to stack your money, build up your bag. Do you have to go to every happy hour? I don't think so. If they had a conversation with these people here, I'm willing to bet maybe 10% may have been some unforeseen situation, divorce, illness, whatever. But I'm willing to bet the other 90% would tell you, I wish I would have done this. I wish I would have done that. I wish I would have started sooner. I wish I didn't buy I didn't buy that house and bought something that was a little bit cheaper. I wish I didn't go on so many trips. I wish I didn't buy that expensive $8,000 bags and 10 of them in my closet. I wish I didn't do this. I'm willing to bet it's going to be a lot of I wish. What I want to do is stop you from wishing and move you towards doing. I literally had to do the same thing too. I literally started to cut costs. I used to get my haircut every week. $60 a piece. Right? As you can see, I'm due for another one. Right? I'm going for every week now to every 2 weeks to maybe even once a month. It is that serious. I'm cooking more at home now. That saves you a lot of money. I'm a coffee drinker. I bought me the coffee machine. I bought me the big old box of pods. I used to drink 2 coffees. I'm lying. It started off with 3 coffees a day at about $3 a pop. Right? That's $9 a day times 5 days a week. It's $45. That's $180 a month on coffee. On coffee, right? Sometimes I go have lunch at a nice restaurant. You know, sometimes you start to make good money, you start to feel yourself a little bit. That's where everybody. That's where every. You know, I look at some of these athletes and the millions that they're making. I say, man, how can somebody go broke? And after I start to make a little decent amount of money, I realize the money will do it to you. It's coming so quick, so fast, so heavy that almost in your mind you're thinking it's never gonna end. And you start buying this, you start buying that, you start traveling there, you start going to all these different places, right? In one of my other videos, right, I mentioned, right, I am a Marriott member. Not only a member, I climbed my way up to an ambassador status. If some of you guys know what that means, that is the top of the line for that's CEO status, right? The CEOs are probably the one that accumulate that amount of points and that amount of travel time, because I was what you call a traveling agent. I would travel from Maryland to Georgia to North Carolina to Tennessee to Arizona to Texas to do deals. But I will stay at fancy hotels. I will stay at the JW, Le Méridien, Renaissance. I mean, the Edition. The list goes on and on. The list goes on and on. I mean, don't let me go to Florida and work. Oh my God. I gotta have the hotel room with the big old tub in it. I'm doing massages downstairs. Unnecessary things that I look at now and say, man, I wish I could get that money back. It's like I forgot the dollar amount for let me while we're talking about, let me look this up for you, because I think it's like 20-something thousand that you needed to be an ambassador. Let me see. What do you need to be an ambassador elite member for the Marriott? Yeah. You need to earn 100 elite night credit and spend at least $23,000 for the year in hotel stays. And I was an ambassador for 2 years straight. I literally just got downgraded this year to the next level down, which is titanium, which still involve a lot of stays. These are wild stuff. That's 2 years in a row. That's $46,000. So as I'm sitting here preaching to you guys, just know I was that guy too. I was not immune to this. And this is what they tell you: when you start to make some money, you gotta be grounded. I wasn't what's the word? I wasn't arrogant. I just like nice things. And I like to stay in nice places. Even to the point now where it kind of irks me to stay at like a Courtyard Marriott. I know it sounds funny to say. I'm like, oh my God, I can't stay there. but I knew I'm on a mission. So I overcame that part. I was like, no, I can't. Nope, that's okay. This is $99. I'm gonna stay here. Compared to the JW, the Ritz-Carlton has cost me like, and I'm on a business trip that's cost me $300-400 a night. Now I'm gonna say this one's right here, $99. I'll do that. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm willing to bet that this is the reason why a lot of these people, and I know it's true, because when I go on my business trip, I see them out at the bars. I see the people at the bar, they just living life and just swiping cards, pulling out the Amex, the Chase, just swiping. But most of y'all wouldn't know this because you just living life. That's why I'm here to give you guys the raw data. Sorry about that, guys. Give me a second. Let me turn this down. That's why I'm here to give you guys the raw data, so you guys can know it's real out here. Most people don't find out how bad of a situation they are in until right around their mid 50s, 55, 57, when they're on that next step to retiring. That's usually when most people are, oh my God, I have nothing. I'm trying to save you, 35-year-old. I'm trying to save you, 45-year-old. I'm trying to save you, 50-year-old. There are things that you must change today. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I haven't bought a pair of shoes now in over a year, and I don't need to. I have over 50 pairs of tennis shoes, probably an additional 50 pairs of dress shoes. For what? That's 100 pairs of shoes, and I literally have no space for them. Why? I think I got like 50 hats for one head. America make you very undisciplined when it comes to spending. It is very hard to be disciplined when it comes to spending in America. Because you go outside, somebody has something nice on, and you're like, oh my God, I want that too. Someone's driving a nice car, oh my God, I want that too. You're on social media, everybody's traveling, Dubai here, Mexico there, Dominica there, Jamaica there, Costa Rica there, Puerto Rico there, UK there, and you like, I want to go too. So I understand. But there has to be something that's more important that will keep your focus. And maybe because I'm at the age where I'm like, because my retirement goal is age of 55. Some people who are watching this, in their minds to believe they have time. So if you're 40 and you say, well, they say retirement age is 67, so I got 27 years to go. Well, that's what they said. And that number is based on Social Security if you want to collect Social Security, which we know is not going to be enough. But that's the number that they said. When you retire, it's optional. It's up to you. Retirement is all about money, not really time. What do I mean? If you went to 7-Eleven today and bought a winning ticket, there's a high likelihood you might not go to work tomorrow. You're retired. You see what I mean? Retirement is not about an age, it's about money. I just figure in my mind that I want to retire while I'm still young. And when I did the calculation for the age of 55, it told me how much I must put away. Minimum, no ifs, ands, or buts about it, consistently, if I want to reach a number at 55 that will continue to bring me in $100,000 a year as income all the way to the age of 95. That was my calculation. And that's why I increased my brokerage account to 30% contribution out of my check. Every single time I get paid, 30% of it goes into my brokerage account bucket. Boom, boom, boom. And then I voluntarily, out of my account, contribute into my IUL because that's a tax-free account. And I voluntarily do $1,900 a month in that account. And it hurts when I tell you. There are things that, like, one of my favorite places to go to sometimes to have like lunch or maybe even dinner, or maybe, is Maestro's in DC. I haven't seen Maestro's in a year. Oh man. When I'm in Virginia Beach and I'm working, I love to go to Chops. I've been to Virginia Beach 5 times last year to work so far. And I never even look in the direction of Chops. It hurts. But you know what put a smile on my face? When I log into my account and I look at that brokerage account, I'm like, alright, okay, alright. You know what I'm saying? All the pain goes away. All the pain goes away. You understand? Listen, I always tell people this. Just close your eyes and imagine having to wake up at 60, 65, 70, 75, and having to forcefully go to work because you have bills to pay. Listen, I'm not knocking anybody who that's their journey or they're okay with that. That some people actually want to do that, and that's fine. There's nothing. See, when I say that I want to retire, it don't mean I'm gonna sit around and not do anything. I have another life goal that I want to focus on. So I'm gonna be active. I'm just not gonna have to go to work for money. That's the difference. That's the difference. So listen, I want to share that with you guys today because this is so prevalent right now that a lot of people do not understand how scary and real this is. Right? People who are retiring today at the age of 65, there's a 70% chance of needing some type of long-term care. And people do not factor that in when it comes to their retirement. And just so you know, long-term care is not covered by Medicare. Because some people say, well, I just get Medicare. Long-term care is not covered by Medicare. But listen, I do have a particular product that if you listen, I have one product that solve 99% of your problem. It's a safe account. It grows in value. You avoid taxation. And if you ever need some form of long-term care, there's something called living benefits that's tied to this plan that comes in very handy if you fall into that 70% of people over the age of 65. I'm sorry, if you fall into the individual who are 65 years old that may end up needing long-term care because there's a 70% chance you may. This is what we are finding now, that a lot of people for some reason do not factor in health care, which is what is going to take a lot of your. And listen, I pray everybody stay healthy, drink their water, work out, stop eating red meat after a certain age, or maybe stop now. You understand? Like, cut the bacon out, whatever, right? Right? So you can stay alive for a long period of time. But like the article said in the initial beginning, the longer you stay alive, the more it's going to cost you. Okay? Living longer is expensive. Living long is expensive. Are you prepared to live long? Listen, guys, I love you guys. I hope this message resonate well with somebody today. I hope this message resonate with somebody today. There's somebody out there that needs to hear this, that's right now blowing through money. And something inside of them is saying, this is wrong. This is wrong. I shouldn't be doing this. I hope this message touched you today. I hope this message touched the person who said, you know what? I don't have anything going, and if enough is enough, I got to make some change. If you're interested in sitting down with me and seeing how we can put a plan together for you and how we can benefit you and help you start to build towards a brighter financial future, text me at 443-208-5480. That's 443-208-5480. Thank you so much, and I look forward to speaking with you. Have a wonderful and blessed day. Love you guys. Talk to you soon.